Hello, this is RV Vagabond Jerry, and today I'm at Kakabeka Falls Provincial Park in Ontario. They have a really large, beautiful waterfall here that I'm going to show you, and they have a truly unique campground that I'm going to show you also. So come on in with me, and I'll show you the falls and the campground. Now, I didn't see a beach anywhere, but apparently they do have one, and I thought admission to Canada Provincial Parks were free, but apparently not in Ontario. So right past the registration building there, you cross the river over the Kaministiquia River, and the waterfall is right here. This is a really big river, and the entire river falls over the falls there. And I will next go down to get a view of the falls from the bottom side. Well, first let me give you a shot of what it looks like upstream. And this is a very, very wide river. But first, a shot from the side here. They zoom in. I would say that is quite a dynamic waterfall. They have this walkway, very nice walkway, which is the closest you can get to the falls. Let's look downstream. Boy, it's like it's raining here. It's hard to see downstream with all the trees here. There's a rainbow right there. We've got perfectly clear skies today, but with so much spray coming up from the falls, it really does feel like it's raining when you're standing where those people are. Here's another shot of the big falls. But from the side here, you get away from where the spray is going. You see the spray coming up right there? This is the second largest waterfall in Ontario, next to Niagara Falls. But let me tell you, I saw some much bigger waterfalls up in Northwest Territories when I was up there, did some videos there in 2018. And here's a nice view from the side. Right beyond those trees is the far left side. With this in the middle, it creates a double twin fall. Here's a really good view of the falls on the left. this side of that separation with the trees in the middle there. Well, now I'm going to go over there and get a perspective from the other side of the falls. Here is a map showing other features in the area, and Duluth, Minnesota is right there in that far left corner of Lake Superior. Well, now let's go take another look at the falls from this side of it, the river. Here is a really good view of downstream. And here is an island in the middle of the river. There's another shot of the island from another view, and where I'm at now gives a even better view a little further downstream. This is upstream next to the highway bridge, and the river water here seems to be high. I don't know if this is unusual or not, but it is just a couple feet below the road level here. So when they get heavy rains, I bet it floods this road. And you can see some rapids going all the way across the river here. Here's a map showing the hiking trails that they have. So So there's a lot places to go here. And they have two campgrounds for RVs. This one called the Riverside Campground that is right beside the river. This one is for tent camping only. And then I'm staying in this campground called the Whispering Hills. So now I'm going to go show you what the campgrounds are like. Now the Riverside Campground spaces are like this. There are no hookups at all, and it is just for car camping or vans. So all you get is a picnic table, and right behind it I see a barbecue grill. So if you just have a small camper and you don't need hookups, then this would be a good place to camp. You've got a nice setup here with a pop-up camper. And they have a generator to get them some electricity. Now the Whispering Hills campground is where the RVs go. And I have never in my life seen a campground set up like this. It is just unique. Here's my motorhome. And all of the campsites and the campgrounds here have the same kind of setup. It's electrical only. The freshwater fill to fill up your tanks is at the dump station, and they have electrical posts like this. They're all out right next to the road, and that post is to serve that guy over there and me. Look how far away that is. They have 30 amp and 20 amp only, and that one on the right, that's mine. Unfortunately, I have 55 feet of cord to go to my electric input. This guy is using the 30 and the 20. He's got both cords going over to his. Now I have a 20 amp cord too, but it's not long enough to fit there for my motorhome. And I don't want my surge protector or the hookups between the two cords lying on the ground. In case it rains, I don't want the water getting into it and like causing a short. So I prop it up on there. Now I've not seen this mentioned anywhere, but the campgrounds, of course, are assuming that everybody has really long electrical cords. Now the campground fees here in Ontario Provincial Park is not near as cheap as the ones in the Manitoba Provincial Parks. I'm staying here 3 days, and I paid $160 Canadian, which is $117 of real money, which turns out to be about $39 a day. Now the one thing I most dislike about this place is all these really tall trees all around me. And the problem with that is that there is no possible way my TV antenna under that dome is going to get a view of the satellite. So I'm having to go 3 days without any new TV programming. However, my Starlink satellite antenna there is somehow finding its way through that opening right there to find the internet satellites. Although the internet is not coming in as strong as it normally does, because it works best with a large view of the sky. Now they do have a few of these around the campgrounds where you can fill up like bottles of water if you need fresh water without having to go to the dump station area. On the way into the campground is the waste dumpster and recycle bins. And just outside the campground, they have 2 dump stations here with rinse water. And then right across from there is where you get your fresh water. And I have never seen freshwater fill hoses like this. Pull it up out of there. Why, I don't know. And it has a plastic connection here for a regular water hose. And I saw somebody take that hose right there and put it right into the side of their camper to fill up their fresh water tank. If you're close enough, then I guess you can do that. This RV I watched do that, which is the first time I've seen that happen. Good day, folks.